Once completed, the Culbreath will be a vibrant 364-unit mixed finance housing development for seniors aged 62 and older. It will offer deeply affordable options for those earning 50 and 60% of the area median income, along with a few market rate units. These residences are designed to be more than just housing. We want to enhance seniors' quality of life with amenities like a library, a swimming pool, fitness center, pickleball, bocce ball courts, 2 dog parks, and a game room with a pool table. And we're proud that all of the utilities will be included in the cost of rent, which is a meaningful goal towards affordability and peace of mind. But today is not only about what we're building, it's about the people for whom we're building. This land will soon be home to older adults who, much like you and I, have ambitions of living a full life marked by dignity, joy, and a safe place to call home. And as we mark this moment, it's only fitting that we pause to honor and bless this land and the work ahead, and the people whose love and laughter will transform this space into a true community. And at this time, my great pleasure to invite Angela King, President and CEO of Volunteers of America, Texas, to lead us in a prayer.
You'll join me for a few moments. God of many names, we thank you for the people who had the vision to see the needs of this community and the tenacity to get this work done. For all the folks who will be working here for the next many months, we pray for their safety and endurance as we go into the hot Texas summer. But mostly, God, we pray for the folks who are going to call this place home and live out their lives in the peace and tranquility and joy that are afforded to all of God's children. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Angela, for those heartfelt words. Before we welcome our speakers, I'd like to share a little bit about this project. As some of you may know, the Culbreath is the result of a strong public-private partnership between DHA Housing Solutions for North Texas and Bones. Our collaboration began in 2019. We like the breath of wind. Began in 2019 when Bones was selected as DHA's preferred development partner. Together we delivered the Oaks, a 260-unit community that successful venture laid the groundwork for what we are celebrating today. After we wrapped the construction of the Oaks, Mr. Lott, back there in the corner, asked me if I had the capacity to take on another project, this time 364 units. And of course I said, yes! So here we are today, celebrating the groundbreaking of our second development under the Master Development Agreement with DHA. Okay. These projects come to fruition through the efforts of many dedicated partners, and I'd like to take a moment to recognize them. To Troy Broussard, and where did she go? Debbie Quiddica. No, she's later. Debbie's here somewhere. Your steadfast commitment and tenacity and innovative approach were instrumental in making this project a reality. DHA's leadership in securing up to $12 million in funding and donating the 10.375 acres of land laid the foundation for this project. We would not be here today without you. To our architects at Humphreys & Partners, thank you for your vision, attention to detail, and dedicated efforts in navigating the permitting process. To Cross Engineering, who actually isn't here, but I'm going to thank them anyway. Thank you for always picking up the phone and answering every request, from the City of Dallas to our friends at Encore. I've had the pleasure of working with your team since 2003, and it's a joy to do so again. To Tracy Peters and Dale Giffey, are you here? There you are, with Lumen. Thank you for guiding the bond underwriting and permanent loan financing process. Dale, I know Tracy isn't here today, but please let him know that his leadership was pivotal in ensuring a timely close. The Spring Valley Construction Company and the City of Dallas. I know there's some city people here. We're grateful for your partnership, hello, and problem-solving spirit. And finally, to Jennifer Hicks and my colleagues at Bones, and all of you colleagues at Bones, please raise your hands. You inspire me daily. Thank you for your tireless work and making this vision a reality. I am deeply proud to stand beside you. So, thank you. Now let's hear from some of our key leaders. Now on our program, we're going to have Steve Bruiser speak first, and then we're going to have Mrs. Culbreath speak. Okay? She was going to be later in the program, but we moved her up in the program because it's a little warm here. So, please join me in giving a very big Texas welcome to our first speaker, Steve Bruiser, President of Spring Valley Construction Company. He's going to share a vision of what we're doing. He has 40 years of experience in commercial and multifamily construction, primarily in the DFW area. He has spent 27 years of his career with Spring Valley and has been president since 2012 and a partner since 2016. Recently, he served 3 years on the board of directors with TEXO, the Construction Association, which the Oaks won an award from, by the way, as cool development, bigger cool development. He remains involved with the Sunnyvale Education Foundation after serving as their president from 2019 to 2022. He's a Bachelor of Science in Building Construction from Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois. Tell us what we're doing.
Good morning. Good morning. First off, this lady is unbelievable. She is a doer. If you know her, she perseveres. She's dedicated. She's loyal. But most of all, she's fun. So when she calls you, she's either going to be calling to compliment your team, or she's going to be asking you to dot an I or cross a T. She's very detail oriented, and we're grateful for you. So. 2 years ago, we found out about this project through an email, as I think it was May 6th of 23. Right after we had finished, we were in the midst of finishing the Oaks, which got a CFO in February 2024. And we also built Oak Lawn Place in Dallas for BOA also. So we're grateful to have this client. This project is, Spring Valley. The people in the yellow vest are all Spring Valley, is our Spring Valley team. Richard Gardner and Brenner are going to be the project management staff, and Mo and Nick Hernandez are going to be the field staff, and then Whitney and Natalia and Ernie are here. So grateful for them. Of this project, 90% of the value is subcontractors. So although Spring Valley leads and points and supervise, we're really grateful for the subcontractors, and we're trying to get to a point of MBE goals and all the other things, and I think we have a great start to that, so we're grateful for that. We want to be good neighbors, so if there is a problem, contact Mo. If Mo doesn't answer, then you contact me. But we are building, as Debbie said, not 100, not 200, not 300, but 364 units. It's going to be 290 one bedrooms, 74 two bedrooms, 94, 290, yeah, 290 plus.
Yep. 94 two bedrooms.
Okay, she said 94.
That's what we have, right?
And she already listed the amenities. I'm not going to go through the amenities again, but it's 2 C-shaped buildings facing that direction, 4 stories. Each building is pretty much identical. There's going to be a club in the middle with a pool. Trying to think what else there was to mention. The schedule, we started last month. The overall schedule is 25 months. So hopefully 2 years from now, we'll be celebrating a grand opening. It is 62 plus, so in 3 months, I'm eligible to be your neighbor, so hopefully I qualify. Looking forward to that. But we're grateful to be here. Thank you for your dedication and your loyalty to Spring Valley. You're a pleasure to work for. Same with Dallas Housing Authority. The building is beautifully designed by Humphreys, who has been the architect on the Oaks also, so grateful for Humphreys and Cross Engineering, as you mentioned. And to our team, we love you. Thank you for delivering the enjoyable experience. Thank you.
Okay, the next speaker is going to be you, Mrs. Culbreath. Flip back here because I have some words. Our next speaker is very special. She is the person the Culbreath is named for, and she's the reason we have the duck on our logo. That's the duck on your name tag. That's our duck. Because she wanted to be sure and that's why the building's faced that way. because she wanted to make sure the duck, you can see the ducks in the pond over there. And we have a swimming pool, because she would not take no from Tim Locke. He said, I don't think so. And Ms. Culbreath dug in and said, we're getting a pool. Betty Culbreath was born, and by the way, she is the board chair for the Dallas DHA Housing Solutions for North Texas. Now I need your bio real quick.
Yeah.
And then, okay. Betty was born and raised in Dallas, where she accumulated a vast amount of knowledge in public housing, spanning a career of over 45 years. She went to Booker T. Washington High School in Dallas and later attended Houston-Tillotson, in my neck of the woods, University in Austin, Texas, where she studied sociology and education. Over the course of her career, Betty has held a myriad of public service positions, such as chairwoman of the City Dallas Plan Commission, Dallas County Health and Human Services Director, and chairwoman of the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport Board. Additionally, she's received various awards, including the South Dallas Business and Professional Women Trailblazer Award, the Linda Keithley Award for Women in Public Management, the FAA Minority Procurement Award, and the 2002 Texas Black Women in Health Matters Award. She has served as a member of the Dallas County Hospital District, which oversees Parkland and hospital systems. She currently serves as the vice chair of the Duncanville Planning Commission and co-chair of the Homelessness Organization's Policies and Encampments, otherwise known as HOPE, Task Force. Her successful and outstanding career in human services and public housing has established her as a strong leader in the Dallas community. And as a board chair of DHA Board of Commissioners, Ms. Culbreath will help advance DHA's efforts through her local government engagement and civic services. Her diverse expertise will serve as a great resource of leadership and guidance. Now, ma'am, would you like to come up here, or would you like to just have us move your chair and just kind of hang here?
No, I'm gonna get up.
Are you coming up here? Come on down. And I'll be happy. Will you be standing with us? You have to talk right in.
Thank you. First of all, thank you all. Thank you all for joining us today to break the ground of this development. I first got to explain to you, I can walk and I feel good and my mind is strong. But because God blessed me with a transplant in 2003, the drugs that you take for the transplant have you with weakened muscles. So the muscles are weak, but the mind is very right.
Right on.
Never doubted it.
But I really want to say that this means so much to me today, because from the time that I got on the housing front, see, I remember when this was a viable community. There were families, there were children, we came and we had fun. I remember all that. Some of you don't remember, because you just were not here at the time. You don't remember, but this was a viable community of people who by government action were relocated somewhere, somehow, and they disappeared. So, it has always bothered me that DHA owns all this wonderful land, and every time you read the newspaper, no affordable house, like up this, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, but we got the land, surely we can do something with it. But then you might not be aware of the fact that HUD no longer puts money into building public housing. So our funding stream is HUD and tenant payment. We're not like other people where they tax an entity where we can just draw taxpayers' money and do what we really want to do with it. It's not like that. We're restricted. We're restricted as to the fact that we cannot put a lien on property we own. So there are restrictions. So a project like this takes partners. And I would have to congratulate Thor Broussard, who's the executive director of Dallas Housing Authority. And Tim Locke, who is now retired from Dallas Housing Authority, worked diligently to put this partnership together. So we could, in fact, build the oaks, and if you haven't seen it, go by and see the view, and to start developing this particular property. And this is just the beginning of this development. Not only are we going to have these senior units, we're going to have senior family housing. We're going to have some other apartments for other people who are not seniors. And this is an affordable plus mixed income development. So, in order for people to get into the mainstream, you need to be around other people who are not like you. Just because you low income don't mean that everybody you associate with got to be low income. You need to mix with people who have experiences that are not low income, so you learn from them, and they need to learn from you with the low income. It wasn't until I went to work at TI that I knew that white people ate red beans. I thought that was our thing. Seriously, that's what I thought. And then I had a seatmate right next to me, and she was talking about the beans. I said, y'all eat red beans? What girl year? Okay. But anyway, I'm just excited for all of this activity. And I'm mostly pleased with the fact that most folks who really know me know I'm not into pomp and circumstance. That's just not one of my things. Even at DFW, there's one guy I was using my cutting the ribbon. Cutting the ribbon is not my thing. Getting the project going is my thing. Y'all going to cut the ribbons, I'm going on over here on another project. But this today is, it's really exciting because the development staff at DHA saw fit to propose naming this project in my honor. They then, my colleagues on the board, voted to approve the naming of this facility after me. And you have to know about the ducks, because I said, this is going to sound racial to some folks, but I said we had to be careful naming the project, because where I'm from, we hit the ducks and cook the ducks. And they said no. Oh, the staff was adamant. Oh no, they don't do that. The ducks are still there. Okay, if the ducks are here, the ducks don't stay here. Let's have the conference spaces where people can see the ducks, because I don't want the ducks to disappear. So it's just about the background, how you raise and what you do. It's not always some sordid thing about it. It's just how you were raised in your upbringing, what you're accustomed to. So I'm really pleased to see the duck logo, because that's an assurance to me that the ducks are going to stay. And they keep mentioning the swimming pool, and I'm telling you, Kim Locke was very, very adamant. We're not going to put a pool over there. Why? Liability. I said, so in other words, you trying to tell me that poor people's behavior is different from rich people's behavior? You gonna tell me that the rich people don't drown, but the poor people do? That is not an analogy that I'm going to buy into. We're gonna have a pool. We're gonna have a pool. So we have a pool. So this particular development is gonna be state of the art. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yes.
And the people who live in it are going to enjoy it. And then the community can be revitalized. Because along with this development, it's going to come from retail. We're working with TxDOT and some other agencies to get them ingress and egress into the property so people can easily get in and get out. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. And for you all to come out today and raise this, I really do appreciate it. And the fact that some of my high school classmates are here today to support this effort and to support me. My classmates in high school who were aware of this happening and came out to support me. Thank you so much, the Turner family, for coming out. I really do appreciate you all. And when Marv called, she said, we're going to try to get that. She said, but I'm walking with a cane now. I said, me too. So it's totally appropriate. But I just really want to thank you all for coming. And thank you, Troy Bouchard, who was a great executive director of Dallas Housing Authority, who has worked diligently to bring all of our vacant properties online and to bring some housing online to meet the needs of lower income and moderate income people. And we have another project that we trying our best to get off the ground. So thank you so much for coming. Because you really shown support for this project and for me, and I am very honored that my name will be affixed to this building. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those kind words. I'm so glad that you were able to be part of this because it's so important.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not recognize my other board colleague, Mr. Mike. Thank you. Stand up.
He spoke at the Oaks, the grand opening at the Oaks. It was very thoughtful comments. All right, so we're back to where we are on the program, Ben Gillespie. Our next speaker is responsible for $3 million in low interest rate low price financing. Ben brings over 2 decades of expertise in community development finance affordable housing. As a dedicated advocate for impactful community development initiatives, he currently serves as a senior director of fund investments for LIST Fund Management. At LFM, he oversees the deployment of multiple community impact investment funds totaling over $500 million in assets. Before joining LIST, Ben played a pivotal role in originating and managing a diverse affordable housing and community development equity and debt investments, collectively surpassing $2 billion in value. Impressive. In addition to his professional endeavors, he's deeply committed to community revitalization efforts, and since 2011, he's proudly served as a board member for the Fraser Revitalization.
I'll be quick. It's an impossible task to follow this Culbreath here, so I'll be very quick. I know it's hot out here. Again, I'm Ben Gillespie with LIST Fund Management, Senior Director of Fund Investment. On behalf of LIST and Shrek Community Investors, just want to say how happy we are to be here and how proud we are to be a part of this development. As Debbie mentioned, we provided $3 million of attractively priced financing. We actually were probably the last funding partner to come into the project, which is kind of the primary goal of our fund, is come in and fill a gap where there's a need or to make the economics more viable for the long run. So through our Dallas Housing Opportunity Fund, we provided $3 million in financing. And the Housing Fund is the brainchild of the city of Dallas. They provided $6 million of seed money. So they recognized on their own they couldn't address the city's affordable housing needs. They asked LIST to help leverage their dollars with private dollars to create a $50 million fund. Our anchor investors were SunTrust, Sunflower Bank, and Truist, and Amgen recently came in as an investor. So for the $50 million fund, the Culbreath is our 9th housing investment. We have a goal of 1,500 affordable units throughout the city. We are more than halfway to our goal in less than 3 years. Very proud of that. And as Debbie mentioned, the importance of private and public partnerships. Our housing fund is an example. This fund is an example. And I first came across VOA actually in 2002. I wrote my very first VOA loan in New York City, and we were partnering with New York City Housing Authority. So I know firsthand the quality, design, and build they put in here. So we'll be able to be very proud of the project. So again, on behalf of LIST and Shrek CI, thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan. Our next speaker's organization awarded the Culbreath a $2 million affordable housing program grant. Greg Hetrick, the Senior Vice President and Director of Community Investment for the Federal Home Loan Bank, Dallas. He leads the community's investment team that provides grants to fund gaps in financial structure of affordable housing, resilient housing, and community revitalization projects throughout the bank's 5-state district. Over the last 3 years, FHLB has awarded over $124 million in competitive affordable housing program grants through otherwise known as AHP, through member institutions to support the development of over 12,000 housing units. Under his leadership, the bank has also created a $35 million loan fund for members of non-depository community development financial institutions, or CDFIs, a capacity building grant program for CDFIs, a program to support the housing for Native American populations in FHLB Dallas's 5-district state. He also leads several other grant programs that support first-time home buyers, owner-occupied rehab, disaster recovery, wounded warriors, small businesses, and community-based organizations. He also has responsibility for the 3 Community Investment Advance programs for member institutions. Prior to joining FHLB Dallas in 2008, he spent 17 years with Bank of America, including 10 with its Community Development Corporation, BACDC, and the Real Estate Development Group in Dallas. During his tenure at Bank of America, Greg acquired, redeveloped, and delivered more than 2,700 affordable multifamily rental units and over 225 single-family homes. Prior to his time at BACDC, he also led the bank's community investment team for the Carolinas and Delaware. And you also have commercial and retail banking experience, huh? How about that? Greg earned his bachelor's in finance and his master's of business administration degrees from the University of South Carolina. A warm welcome.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Debbie. If I knew you were going to read that, I would have made it much shorter.
Yeah, we're
I didn't think everybody needed to know everything about me. Thank you very much for that gracious introduction. As Debbie said, I'm with the Federal Home Loan Bank of Dallas. I'm here to help bring the best kind of money there is to a project like that. Free money. So our bank is a wholesale bank. We're a bank for banks, and the only way we get here is because financial institutions that are engaged in the community bring us applications for tremendous projects and investments like this. So thrilled that Comerica Bank was able to work with Debbie and team to bring the application to us so that we could be a big part of this. In Debbie's description of my career arc, I did start my career in Dallas here 27 years ago, working on projects in Queens City, working in the Bear Park area, helping develop the Ebon Village property many, many years ago. So it's great to be back here in a different way, to come full circle. Our grant program is established based on how much business we do with the banks we support financially. When we are self-funded, and we take 15% of our net income and plow it into affordable housing grants like the one that we're providing here today to the Culbreath, as well as all the other programs that talked about or mentioned. So you don't see us on the street corner. We're located not far away in Irving, but we would love to be here in the community more and more. So as you develop the next projects, because I know you're bringing applications too, but for everyone else, if you've got friends or folks that are working on affordable housing, have them give us a call. We make funds available every year. We would love to see more money stay here in the Dallas community. So with that, thank you very much, and looking forward to being back here in 2 years. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, we're getting through this because it's a little warm. So bear with me, we're almost done. Our next speaker is Brian Ensler. He's Executive Vice President and Director of Middle Market Business Banking for Co-America Bank. Co-America Bank is important because they are our sponsor bank for our FHLB AHP application. As a Director of Middle Market and Business Banking, Brian is responsible for accelerating growth and leading relationship teams in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Colorado. He recently returned to Co-America in April and is a seasoned leader with over 20 years of experience in commercial banking, recognized for his ability to build high-performing, growth-oriented teams, drive geographic expansion, and manage multi-billion-dollar portfolios.
You're a big deal.
He began his career at Culbreath in 2004 as part of the Credit Analyst Program and later advanced to a Senior Relationship Manager for the North Park Middle Market team before pursuing a new opportunity in 2016. He's actively involved in the community, serving on the AT&T Performing Arts Center Board of Directors and as Finance Committee Chair, the Dallas Stars Hockey Club Owner Advisory Board, and the Canada-Texas Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. Sorry, guys. He's also a member of the YPO Mustang Dallas and a strategic resource partner for YPO Gold Maverick. He holds a Bachelor of Business Administration and Finance from the University of Texas at Dallas. Can you hold 1 minute, because I was supposed to do something when I came up here. I need to introduce another board member. Sabrina Stewart. Hi. I dropped the ball. So we welcome Brian, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that really nice introduction. Should bring you around with me. I have some remarks prepared for me, but they're long and hot, so I'm going to not say them. What I will say is that this is an incredibly impressive list of stakeholders that have joined together to do something really special. I've lived in Dallas for a long time. I wasn't born here, but I got here as best I could. Been here since 1987, and have been, a part of, the mayor's Southern Dallas Task Force back in 2006, I think it was, and have seen some pretty incredible transformation in the southern sector of Dallas. But it really feels like it's starting to gather steam now in a way that's different, and the leadership and the vision that has come together here with this incredible group of people is really spectacular. Comerica Bank is privileged and really proud to be a part of it. So thanks for having us. We appreciate it. And good luck. Thank you.
Okay. Our next speaker, thank you, Ryan, is Ray Miller. And Ray is the Senior Vice President of Amity Bank Affordable Housing. And Amity Bank and Co-America Bank are serving as our co-construction lenders because the job is so large that one bank couldn't do it by itself. Go team. Ray is the Senior Vice President of Amity Bank's Commercial Real Estate Division. In his role, Ray provides financing opportunities to housing developers originating construction and permanent debt financing with low-income housing permanent debt finance with low-income housing tax credit equity and other investments. He has nearly 20 years of experience in financing commercial real estate housing developments with both private and public developers. Prior to joining Amity Bank, he was an assistant director at the City of Houston's Housing and Community Development Department, where he oversaw the administration of over $500 million of community development block grant disaster recovery proceeds to assist the city in rebuilding efforts from previous disasters. Remember all those hurricanes that hit Houston, and entitlement programs. Ray also held the position of Community Finance Department Vice President at Capital One Bank and leading origination efforts for the Texas market. During his tenure at Capital One, he underwrote and originated, originated over $900 million in debt and equity. Ray serves on the advisory, so he sits on the list chapter where Ben works in Houston. He serves on the Finance Committee of the Houston Area Women's Center, a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Ray received a Bachelor of Science degree from LSU University, and he lives in Conroe with his wife and daughter. Yay!
Thank you, Deb. All right. Playing third base here, so I'm going to keep this short, but it is an honor to be with you this morning as we break ground on a project that represents more than just sticks and bricks. It is vision, it is collaboration, it is a long-term investment that bones the Dallas Housing Authority and a myriad of financing partners are here to play. I will not bore you with the $90 million of financing that it took to build this development.
96.7.
There you go, and who's counting? But that represents almost nine subsidy sources within this transaction. And at MEG Bank, it required for us to make investments on a myriad of scales. We're the first lien construction lender. I want to acknowledge Jason Aldridge with NEF. We invested our tax credit through NEF, along with Comerica Bank. In addition to, we invested it, as Ben mentioned, the LISC fund. So it's not just one investment that's spurring this. And the reason I want to bring this up, right now we are facing an incredible challenge, as Ms. Culbreath noted, about the shortage of affordable housing. And the only way we're able to provide more is to get more resources. Right now we are finding the amount of resources being dwindled within affordable housing. So I really want to make a plea and take an opportunity to get with your elected officials and show them the wonderful transactions that we're able to do once the stuff is on the ground. And once we're able to see, and once we're able to continue this investment within this community, and just going to, my favorite word is leverage. This is 50 acres of fantastic property that we're going to be able to leverage for the long term in the future. And we are proud to be a part of that. So I also want to make sure that I recognize everybody else here from both Amity and Zions. Also want to recognize Andrea Abbott with our trustee group, who's going to be administering, tens of millions of dollars of bond funding that's going to come through this deal. So I want to say thank you, Debbie, to the Dallas Housing Authority, and to all the partners. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of this really important transaction. And as Brian mentioned, we are excited to come here 2 years from now for the ribbon cutting. So thank you very much.
And we're going to do it in the fall. And last, but never least, my favorite, Mike King, President and CEO of Volunteers of America, who will wrap this up and tell us about how we're moving forward. With more than 40 years of top-level leadership experience in the charitable sector, Mike King is one of the nation's premier nonprofit executives. So I read this bio, and I work with Volunteers of America, and I was really impressed. It's a cool organization. Since 2010, Mike King has served as the national president and CEO of Volunteers of America, one of the oldest and largest service charities founded in 1896 in the United States. He helms an organization with an annual budget topping $1.3 billion, with approximately 15,000 employees and one of the largest affordable housing portfolios with more than 25,000 units. He also acts as the chief liaison between the national organization and its 30 regional affiliates, which is where Angela is president and CEO here in Texas. During his tenure, Mr. King spearheaded Volunteers of America's first paid advertising and marketing campaign and has made growing public awareness of the organization to support fundraising a major priority. To this end, they've established a number of multi-million-dollar corporate partnerships in recent years, including a growing relationship with the Home Depot, which has provided more than $11 million to build or improve housing for formerly homeless veterans. Other corporate partnerships include those with Humana Foundation, HSBC, Niagara Bottling, and Capital One. Since January 2022, Mr. King has served as the chair of the board of directors of Leading Age, an association representing more than 5,000 nonprofit aging service providers. In 2013, he served as a visiting faculty member at the University of Texas, where he developed and taught the course Innovations and Trends in the Nonprofit Sector. As part of the partnership with the University of Texas, he convened a panel discussion with retired Admiral Bobby Inman on Veterans Day in 2013 to explore solutions to help veterans in need. Previously, he was CEO of Volunteers of America Texas before leading the national organization. While at the affiliate, he oversaw direct care programs serving 25,000 people annually with specialties in substance abuse, developmental disabilities, and low-income housing. He has held executive positions with United Way of Metropolitan Dallas, the Volunteer Center of Dallas, and the Child Care Group and Volunteer, the National Center. Mr. King served as a facilitator of leadership training for Hewlett-Packard and has also served on the faculty of both the University of Colorado and the Institute for Advanced Volunteer Management in the United Kingdom. In 1986, he was awarded the White House's Outstanding Volunteer Action Award by President Ronald Reagan, and he holds a Bachelor of Arts from TCU and a master's degree in civic affairs from the University of Dallas. We're done. You have to come up and talk now. Hey, I wrote this and I was impressed. It's like reading Miss Culbreath. You guys are impressive.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, you guys have been incredibly patient. I mean, phenomenally patient. It's probably taken longer to read resumes than it has to read projects, right? I mean, holy smoke. Ms. Culbreath, we could not be more fortunate to have this property named after you. Amen. Thank you so much for everything. Your lifetime career makes these kinds of things possible. And that's what all of us choose to do. We're trying to emulate you. We are truly trying to emulate you. And that's why I like to say that Volunteers of America is in the love business. And this is what love looks like. This is what it looks like when you get all kinds of people from different experiences, different circumstances, but similar goals and similar values and principles working together to truly create a life-changing experience. This development will change lives. Will change lives every year that it's here. The ducks, the pool, the project itself, the land, the beautiful area, and as you can tell, I was born a couple of miles from here. I grew up a couple of miles the other direction from here. And guess what? I work in Washington, but I still live here. Okay? I still live here. Because there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. This is a wonderful place to live, and anything is possible. Anything is possible because of the can-do spirit all of us have witnessed here today. So thank you so much for this. You do Volunteers of America an honor to allow us to participate and do, frankly, what we feel called to do, what we feel is our ministry to do. And we are a faith-based ministry, and we do it with that kind of intentionality. And we love having partners. We love having partners like you and the Housing Authority here. It is a role model for us and for us to follow throughout the country. So God bless you. Thank you for what you're doing. You all deserve a cold drink of water. It's all good for you to do that. God bless you.
Yeah, one more. I needed to thank Debbie Q because you were not, Debbie Quittiga, because you were not around when I thanked you and Troy earlier. So I need you to know how much I appreciate you and everything you've done for us today. As we bring this part of the program to close, I would like to leave you with a few thoughts. I truly love the work we do at Bones. I am blessed to be able to work with teams of people to build or renovate homes for one of our most vulnerable populations here in Dallas. But this effort is by far bigger than any one person. Winston Churchill once said, "We shape our buildings, thereafter they shape us." That's what we're doing, laying foundations, not just for buildings, but for belonging. We believe that's exactly what the Culbreath will accomplish, helping to enhance the lives of seniors, cultivate communities, and reflect the values we all hold dear at VHA, Bones, and Volunteers of America, Texas. Integrity, ambition, accountability, inclusivity, and stewardship. Those are our 5 principles, by the way. Thank you again for being here with us to mark this special milestone. We invite each of you to stay a little longer because it's really hot and we're having a really good time, right? And we will continue to join us for refreshments at the back of the tent. And we're doing pictures. So all of you guys that were in the pictures before, we need to make sure you're over there doing pictures. I've got plus our community. Plus our what? Community. Plus our community. Oh, I did not know. Okay. Well, and welcome community members. Could you raise your hand so I could see you? Hi. Pleasure to meet you. So, somebody is in charge of the pictures we have to take. We have a person that's...
Are we going to do the actual groundbreaking?
I think so. Yeah, I think we're ready to groundbreak, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. So...